Getting all around my room, my world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video here in the Water Juice channel, and welcome back to another episode of the Honolulu Desperados here on Madden 24. We are coming off of, finally, it feels like forever since I've said this, we are coming off of a championship in the last episode. Number 4 in the franchise. Jonathan Young has established himself as a Desperado legend, because now he equals what Anthony Richardson just did in his career, winning 2 titles himself. So each quarterback that we've had has gotten 2 championships. Bijan has 4 championships, so I'd say Bijan's the better one. Also, Micah Parsons has 4 championships. Devontae Smith has 4 championships. All the guys that have been here since the very beginning. But that's not the important part of why this is such a cool episode. The important part is we might be losing Micah Parsons today. Maybe the greatest Desperado to ever lace up a pair of shoes. He has gotten, I'm pretty sure, 4 or 5 straight Defensive Player of the Year awards. He's been unbelievable for us the entire time. And I made the mistake of accidentally trading somebody away a couple episodes ago during the regular season episodes. I traded somebody away, and then when I went back to sign Micah Parsons, we didn't have any cap room to do so. It was my fault. I should have signed Micah Parsons beforehand, then traded away the person that we traded away. I can't remember who it was actually at this point. But I made the mistake of doing it in the opposite, and that has cost me probably Micah Parsons. Now, the good thing about losing Micah Parsons is, if you can even say it's a good thing, is that he is getting a little bit older, and he was going to be super expensive anyway. So at least we saved that little bit of money. The only bad thing is I wish he would retire as a Desperado. It kind of sucks that he's not going to retire as a Desperado unless he plays out his contract wherever he signs in free agency, and then he happens to be like, I don't know, like an 80-something overall or something, and when he's like 1 year left on his career and we sign him for a 1-year deal to play here his final season. Maybe that's what happens. I don't know. Probably not. But we'll have to wait and see. That's in the future still. So it does suck that we are probably going to be losing Micah Parsons today. Hopefully we have some guys that can fill his shoes, because those are very massive, very talented shoes that need to be filled. So we'll see what can happen there. But yeah, it's Season 9 off season. We are about to be entering a decade of Desperado football. I can't believe we've even made it this far. Now, I do want to mention we are now into the summer months, the dog days of summer here in real life. So August is when Madden 25 comes out. Obviously, we aren't going to be continuing this series into the Madden 25 cycle, because we're going to be doing new content on Madden 25. So this series will go for as long as we need it to go until the new game comes out in August. Obviously, that little buffer in between is the college football game too, so a lot of the Madden content is going to be taking a little bit of a dip when the new game comes out, the new college football game comes out, so that we can pump out a bunch of college football content, whether it's Road to Glory, Dynasties, Rebuilds, whatever else they have. Maybe a little bit of Ultimate Team here and there. Probably not, though. Just maybe one episode just to kind of see what it's all about. But a lot of college football content is going to be coming to the channel in July. So this stuff will still come out. It'll just won't be as regular as it has been with just Madden content specifically, because we're going to be getting a new game. So I just wanted to let that be known, so that people who enjoy this series don't wonder why it drops off in consistency when we get towards July. You obviously will know that. So it's time to get into the Season 9 off season. I have no idea what's going to happen in this one, except for probably losing Micah Parsons. So this is going to be kind of crazy, kind of important, kind of awesome, kind of sad, kind of crazy. All the emotions here in the Season 9 off season. Hope you guys go and enjoy. If you do, leave it a like, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club, and let's get started. So we stand right now with negative $83.4 million in available cap. which is not good. Here is the awards if you didn't watch the end of the last episode. Micah Parsons once again wins the Defensive Player of the Year. That is his 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He's won 7 out of the 9 Defensive Player of the Year awards. That's kind of crazy. Micah Parsons is a GOAT. So, without further ado, it's time to get to the sad part. Let's advance to the next week. Let's advance to the re-sign period where, unfortunately, we won't be able to re-sign Micah Parsons. We won't be able to re-sign anybody, really, but everybody else I didn't really care about, I don't think. So we will accept the option on Shane Knott, so he can come back. And Micah Parsons, 33 years old, still at the top of his game. It's a sad day. It is a sad day. We're also going to be losing Daniel Carson, who I think has been here the entire time. I think he's been our kicker the entire series. We're going to be losing these guys. These guys aren't that big of a deal. They're good young players, but we just didn't prioritize them, and obviously we're bringing back Shane Knott. Micah Parsons is the sad one. He wants to be back, too. That's what hurts my soul. I wanted to bring him back. It's my fault. There was never a plan to actually legitimately let him go. It was just I was going to do that trade, and then I screwed it up, and I did that before signing him, and it's sucky that I messed it up that bad, but Micah Parsons is going to be leaving us. It looks like Washington is going to take his spot right now. Oh, Eli Downing does, in fact, go up to X Factor, which is what I was calling for. That's pretty awesome. I was hoping Herrera had a really good season. I was hoping he would go up to X Factor, but he stays at Superstar. Micah Parsons will be leaving us. If we take a look at his awards throughout the time, he's got 11 Pro Bowl appearances, mainly because we've been playing in the Super Bowl a bunch, so he doesn't have as many as he probably could. He's led the league in sacks 5 times. He won, obviously, Defensive Rookie of the Year. He's won Defensive Player of the Year, Defensive Lineman of the Year. I mean, he's just got, look at all these awards he's got. He's got so many different awards. He's led, I mean, look at all these sacks that he's put up and all these numbers. I mean, he had 34 sacks one season for us. That's kind of crazy. It's a sad day. He's been here since the very beginning, since we started this, year 1. And he's going to be walking out the door at 33 years old. Jonathan Young now being superstar development really helps us out because now we can put some abilities on him. Not any crazy ability. Actually, we probably will be able to put some good ones on him because he's a 90. He's 90 plus overall. So we're definitely going to put protected on him for sure. Once he gets to these top ones, then he'll be able to get the even better ones. What's he at right now? Ooh, okay. So he still needs a lot of work on the other abilities until he gets the good superstar abilities and superstar X Factor abilities. We're going to give him... He can't get High Round Master just yet. He needs 90 overall Field General. He's at 86 right now. He's getting close, but we're going to give him Quick Draw. That's always a good one. And then probably either Gunslinger or Set Feet Lead. Maybe Gunslinger might be... Gunslinger's probably the better one. And then he gets protected, obviously. So those will be his 3 superstar abilities for right now. When he gets higher overalls, then we'll give him his updated abilities. It looks like we only have 1 X Factor ability activated. And it's, for some reason, it's Pat Fryermuth. I don't know if that's a mess up with the staff or what's going on there. Because we had 3 X Factors. We should have all of them activated. What's going on here? So we have that. Oh, it's because we got a new offensive coordinator and he doesn't have anything activated. Okay, that makes sense. For some reason, I can't see my defensive coordinator. Do I not have one? I don't have a defensive coordinator. Okay. Let's hire... There's only 2 available, so let's hire... I get a bonus of 92 staff points for hiring Philip Butler. Let's hire you. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Let's hire Philip Butler, I guess. And then we'll make sure that he's got X... He does have his X Factor thing activated. Okay, so... that should all be pretty good. I have 953 staff points. I probably should just buy everything out, right? I think the head coach has already bought out pretty much. We can just buy everything here for the offensive coordinator. And then buy a lot of stuff for the defensive coordinator. Maybe that'll help us out a little bit. Maybe that'll give us some boosts. Do we want agility acceleration for the outside? Let's go this side of the tree. I don't know if tackling is going to help us all that much for defensive linemen. Our defensive linemen are already pretty decent tacklers. But you never know. Alright, then we need to get probably this side of the second level. Luckily, I already have all the discounts purchased. So these are only 16 instead of like 20 or whatever they could be. And we'll boost the speed. And then we'll go boost the press by the corners, because our corners tend to get cooked sometimes. Not every time, but sometimes. Boost all of this good stuff. Boost the play rec. And then boost the man coverage for our corners. There we go. We spent 900 plus skill points on just this stuff. That's not even really that much. I did most of the defensive coordinator. Now our defensive coordinator is disgusting. We didn't even have one, and now he's disgusting. So that means now that we hired, or now that we bought the X Factor thing, that means we should have all 3 of our X Factors activated, and we do. Okay, perfect. I need to make sure that Bijan's got the right ones. So he's got Jukebox, Matchup Nightmare, Running Back Apprentice. Yeah, those are all the ones that I want. And he's got first one free. That's fine for now, I guess. Fryermuth has got Grab and Smash. I don't know if I want Grab and Smash for Fryermuth. We should probably give him maybe Yak him Up. Yeah, let's give him Yak him Up. Grab and Go. That's not really a great ability for him. Maybe he should have. He should definitely have Slot Apprentice, Tight End Apprentice. So we'll give him those 2 right now. Now he can get different hot route abilities. And then we have one more year of Devontae Smith before his contract is up. He's got Run Off Elite, Mid Out Elite, Running Back, or Route Apprentice. I'm fine with all those right now. And he's also got Yak him Up. Okay, I'm cool with that. Actually, you know what? I want to change Devontae Smith's X Factor ability. Let's change it to... He should probably honestly have Double Me. Let's give him Double Me. Okay, so there we go. That's perfect. On defense, we've got 2 X Factors there that are all activated. Okay, perfect. So now it's unfortunately the time we are going to advance and lose ourselves the greatest Desperado in history. It's a sad day. We even lost an overall point. We went down from a 90 defense to an 89 defense because Parsons is gone now. It's a sad day. Man, that hurts to see no Micah Parsons here. He's been here since the very beginning. But maybe this opens the door for Sean Washington to have a breakout season. Who knows? Who knows? Anybody could step up. I love that Clayton Mahan, after his rookie season, has superstar development because he started out as star. So that makes me super happy. Very excited about that. And we will keep an eye on Micah Parsons, see where he ends up going. He's obviously the best player in the class, as you would expect. Patrick Mahomes, remember, he was here last year, but then he ended up signing just a 1-year deal with the Chiefs again. This is actually a really good class for quarterbacks, if this was 10 years ago. These guys are all very talented, but they're all a little bit older at this point. We will see where Micah Parsons goes. Patrick Mahomes has signed a 1-year deal with the Indianapolis Colts. The Mahomes era in Kansas City is officially over. I don't know if the Colts have a rookie quarterback or some sort of quarterback they've drafted over the years, but now they've got Mahomes for a season. And Micah Parsons goes to the Rams. Why? A 2-year, $30.5 million deal. Micah Parsons has signed with the enemy. A division rival who went 5-12 last season. I can't believe you, Micah. I cannot believe you signed with the enemy. You could have signed with any team in the NFL, and you chose the L.A. Rams. Yeah, this just looks disgusting. Micah Parsons in a Rams uniform, a 2-year contract for over $30 million. Oh, this is disgusting. I cannot believe Micah Parsons betrayed us like that. They also signed Joe Burrow. The Rams are an interesting squad. They've got Devon Spellman. I remember scouting him. He looks really good. And he's already 33 years old. That's how long we've been doing this. He must have been that first draft class. This team is pretty decent now. They've got a lot of top-end talent. We'll see if they improve from 5-12. Oh, I can't believe it. I was hoping Micah Parsons would do us a solid and go to the AFC and just ride out his career over there or something. But to go to a division rival, he must have been really scorned by the fact that he was super interested in returning to Desperados, and I couldn't bring him back. So he took that personally. He's like Michael Jordan. He took that personally, and he said, I'm gonna go to a division rival, and we're gonna beat you down. Well, now at least we know what the 2 games are that we're gonna jump into next season. Whenever we play the Rams, we're gonna jump in and play against Micah Parsons. All right, so mock draft number 5 is upon us. We pick at, I don't even know. We pick at number 13, and we also, I think we have 2 first-round picks, right? We pick at number 32 and 13. Okay, so we got a little bit of motion in the ocean going here. Pick number 13. I don't think we need another receiver, although it could be. We're not going to take LaMarcus Terry. He doesn't look that good at all. He does run a 4.29 though, and you know I love fast receivers, but he's garbage everywhere else. I don't think it's really worth it. It would be nice to get a receiver that is ready to go and has already been established on the team for a year after, and then Devonta Adams leaves after next season. That could be something that's useful, but I don't think this is the draft class to get a receiver. There's a couple quarterbacks at the top for anybody that needs a quarterback. We are probably not going to be in play for Thaddeus Miller, even though he looks decent. 6'5" speed rusher. I mean, he's got some decent moves. Thaddeus Miller, we could trade up and to get him. Who's this guy? Not Thaddeus Moss. Jaden Ross. He doesn't have the athleticism, but he looks solid everywhere else. Isaac Holloman, 6'2", great speed. Okay, I don't really know what the move is here. We could go offensive tackle because we always can use offensive tackle, or just offensive line in general. Mello Webb, is he good? He's got a good name, and he's from Ohio State. That helps out a lot. But I don't know if he's as good as I want him to be. Gerald Edens, I remember this guy. That name sounds familiar. I remember scouting that guy earlier in the season. Trevante Morrison, free safety. We're not really in the market for a free safety. And then you got a corner, Daryl Southward. How tall is he, 6'3"? Yeah, 6'3" from Florida with elite acceleration. Wow, Daryl Southward doesn't look that bad. Daryl Southward could be a beast. Terrence Harrison could be the future tight end. Ooh, he looks really good. Terrence Harrison could be the guy. Okay, so we got to make some decisions here. We're going to go Terrence Harrison. We're going to go Daryl Southward. And we're also going to go with probably Thaddeus Moss? Or Thaddeus, why do I keep saying Thaddeus Moss? Thaddeus Miller? Or maybe Jaden Ross, either one. Let's go Jaden Ross. We'll go those 3 guys. That Terrence Harrison dude, he could be the replacement for Freiermuth pretty easily. Okay, let me go to the mock draft real quick and see where everybody was projected. So, Jaden Ross is projected to go number 3 overall, the Vikings. So, if we want that guy, we're going to have to trade up. Either way, if we want Thaddeus Miller or Jaden Ross, I don't think we want either of them. I think they're going to be pretty good, but then the other guys that I scouted are all after my pick at 13. So, we're sitting pretty good. And Harrison's not even that far away from pick 32. We could trade up, and so is Southward. So if we need to trade up from 32, we could get Southward or Harrison. And I could even trade down from 13 to be able to get those guys. So I think we're sitting pretty good. I don't think we're going to trade up. Those 2 guys look good, but I don't think they're worth going into the top 3 to get, especially considering what it would take to get up and get them. So if we were to add the tight end, he would be right here behind Freiermuth, and Freiermuth's already pretty much getting past his prime. He's 33 as well. He does go up to X Factor this season, but who knows how long he's going to be good. I mean, he's an 87, but that's +4, so he's not as good as we want him to be. So maybe getting that tight end for the future would be pretty good. And then if we added that Southward guy, that corner, he would fit, depending on what his overall is, because we've got Ramsey, we've got McCullers, and we've got Rico Barnes. I guess he could fit in that spot. He probably could. We'd have a lot of cornerback room, or we'd have a lot of depth. Maybe I could make a move for trade one of those corners away. I can't trade anybody away, that's right, because I don't have any cap room. But I was going to say, maybe I could trade one of these corners away, because all these corners are good. Obviously, I like Harold Lucas and I like Moses Ramsey. And I like Dwayne McCullers. And we just got Emmanuel Curry, I think, last year, who's good too. I don't know. I would probably trade Ricardo Barnes, because he's the only guy that has normal development. But I can't trade anybody away because I don't have any cap room. So scratch that idea, and let's just go to the draft. I'm not going to trade up for Thaddeus Miller or Jaden Moss. I'm not going to trade up for those guys. We're just going to let it ride with who we have. Start drafting. We'll pause the draft. The Niners have the first pick. They should take that tackle, and they do. Matt Jones, number 1 overall to the Niners. Packers do take Thaddeus Miller from LSU. Jaden Ross goes to... Did I say Moss again? I think I meant to say Ross. He goes to the Vikings. Dalton Malone headed to the Broncos. Jerry Dorsett to the Rams. So they pair Jerry Dorsett with Micah Parsons. That could be a good combination for a couple of seasons. Zach Stevenson goes to the Saints. Colts take a quarterback. So they signed Mahomes in free agency, and now they get his eventual replacement. That guy gets to learn from Patrick Mahomes. That's pretty awesome. Patriots take Greg Davis, left tackle. The Steelers take Brian Bradford. Derek Binns goes to the Jets. Johnny Carter headed to Philadelphia. And Deshaun Galloway headed to the Falcons. So now we're up at 13. This could be an easy trade down situation, considering I'm not sold on Isaac Holloman. I'm not necessarily sold on these left tackles, even though they do look fairly good. But Southward and Terrence Harrison are both a little bit further down. So this is a prime position to trade down with. I just don't know what we can get back for it. Let's trade the pick. What can we get? We got to stay in this first round, obviously. So we have to get a first round pick this year. We could trade with the Texans. That gets us pick 15. That's not far enough. But being at 13, that's not a lot of value, unfortunately. Maybe we just reach and take one of the guys and then trade up from 32. The Giants at 19 is not bad. They're also giving us a third and a fourth next year. I think I'm going to trade down with the Giants, go to 19, pick up an extra 3 and 4 next season. They take LaMarcus Terry from Florida, so they get another Florida receiver just like Kadarius Toney. Good luck with that. Isaac Holloman, Mello Webb, Austin Colvin, and Southward goes 1 pick ahead of us to the Seahawks. Well, that's kind of annoying. Okay, so now we don't have to worry. We're going to take Terrence Harrison, the future tight end number 1, after Freiermuth gets taken, or gets retired. 87 speed, 91 acceleration. Pretty awesome for a tight end. 6'5" as well. All right, so there's our pick there. Now we don't have to worry about Southward. Andrew Andrews. There goes Trevante Morrison. Roosevelt Childress. We might just stay here at number 32, not have to worry about trading up, and see who falls to us. Finally, a quarterback goes, and he could be the replacement for Patrick Mahomes. Bobby Lekzinski, I think is how you would say that. Lekzinski? I don't know. And okay, we are here at pick 32. The 2 left tackles are still available, which is a nice sign. Or maybe it's not a nice sign, who knows? I might just take one of them. I might just take one of the left tackles. Which one's better? Jason Benson, 6'4" out of Alabama. Elite acceleration, change of direction, and speed. Okay, I like that. What's his strength? It's only decent. And then you got Sidney Wilson, who's 6'7", a year younger, but he's got poor strength, not as athletic. Okay, no. I think Jason Benson's the better option here. We're going to take him. Some more offensive line depth is always useful. And we get Jason Benson out of Alabama. I'm presuming that Alabama is still a top dog even this late into the world in 2032. But now we only have one second-round pick, and it's our own, so we pretty much just have to go all the way to that pick. So what do we got here? Round 2, we've got Malcolm Duckworth, 6'3" from Virginia Tech, but he's not fast and he's just not good. But then you've got Josh Mahoney, who is better athletically, but really not that good of just a regular receiver. Chad Goldman from Ohio State. Love to see that. Okay, that could be an option. Chad Goldman's certainly an option here. What about this guy? Tyrone Nix is 6'3" from Georgia. Not the fastest guy in the world. Also not the greatest corner in the world. I think I'm going to go with that Goldman guy. Not only because he's from Ohio State, but just because he looks like he's the best player left on the board right now. So, BPA on Chad Goldman. Only normal development. That's kind of crazy, actually. But he does look pretty good. He's got A run block power, A impact blocking, B pass block, good strength. And maybe he turns into something. He could always win Offensive Lineman of the Year. That's always a possibility. It's not a great pickup having him have normal development, but I mean, we're not in the market for a starting offensive lineman anyway. Just getting depth. So what do we need now? We probably need defensive line or linebacker, I would think. Is there anybody left on this board that is worth taking? Probably not. Maybe I should have prioritized this a little bit more, but this gives Washington that vote of confidence that he can be the starter, I guess. Chris Mims I like a little bit. Tremont Duval is decent. A little too risky. I don't know much about him. Trey Reese from Clemson, 6'4" power rusher. He's not even that good of a power rusher. I don't think I'm going to take him. I think I like Tremaine. No, it's Tremont, right? Tremont? I don't think it's Tremont. Duval. I think I like him the best out of all the linebackers available, so we'll take Tremont Duval. And he has hidden development. 89 speed, 89 acceleration. Okay, that's a nice little pickup. He's probably only like a 73, 74 overall, but I'll take that. That's a solid little pickup. And then we go to the 4th round. We have 2 4th-round picks. Thank you very much to the Giants? I forget who we traded with. These corners are still on the board. Are they that bad? Deshaun Ricard is not fast and simply not that good. I can see why he's still on the board. What about Marquez Rice? 4.47 speed. Doesn't look great, but he looks better than the other dude. Who's this guy? Sherrod Binns. Or Bynes, I guess. Power moves is a B, but his block shed's an F. What's his archetype? He's a power rusher with F block shedding, D finesse moves, and only B power moves. Ugh. I know we're in the 4th round, but I don't like that a lot. Don't like that a lot. What about receivers? All these guys are trash. Is there anybody that's tall? This guy's short, 5'8", Roderick Clark. But he's only got good speed. If you're going to be 5'8", you got to have elite speed. 6'5" for Gio Nash. Okay. Maybe we turn him into something. 4.51 speed, A run block. All right, we'll consider him maybe in the 5th round. We'll consider him a little bit later. What about offensive linemen? Is there any centers available? Maybe. But at this point, it's a little too risky taking centers, I think. Or taking offensive linemen, because they're most likely going to be normal development, so. Although, most of my picks are probably going to be normal development at this point, unless I get absolutely crazy lucky. But I don't see that happening, really. Who do I want? Who do I want? Tyler Aguirre? Elite speed. B play rec. You know what? I don't really have any other options or any other things that I like better than him. So we're going to take Tyler Aguirre. 86 speed, 88 acceleration, 80 agility. All right. He could be a nice little role player. Maybe we turn him into something. Who knows? I mean, we got Will Booth. So maybe he can be the next Will Booth. And now we're here in the 4th round, pick 32. I think I'm going to take one more guy, and then we'll come back for that wide receiver. And then that'll be that'll be the draft for me. It's just a matter of who's going to be the guy that I take before the receiver. It could be this guy, Chase Walsh, 6'5" guard, decent athleticisms. Doesn't look bad. I might come back for him. He could be the best player left on the board. I think I looked at Jason Williams, didn't I? Yeah, I looked at him. Parker Stoudemire. I thought it was Stoudemire. Parker Stoudemire. I think the other guy's better. I don't think he's going to have a development trait. I don't think either of them are going to have a development trait, but I think Chase Walsh is better than that Stoudemire guy. So Chase Walsh, welcome to the team. Always nice to have depth on the offensive line. And then we go and get that receiver. I think his name was, what, Geo something? Geo Walsh, maybe? Oh, it's funny because this is the last pick that we have, so it's not even like I can simulate the rest of the draft and have the CPU take anybody. It's Geo Nash is his name. Geo Nash, welcome to the squad. 89 speed at 6'5" is kind of cool. It's a little slow, but I like it. He only has 86 jumping. He's going to be a weird guy. He's going to be a weird player, but he's 6'5", and that's cool. I think Clayton Mahan is also pretty big too, 6'4", 6'5", something like that. And we saw what he was doing in the postseason, making those nasty catches. So maybe that could be Geo Nash in the future. Who knows? Draft recap. How did I do? I got a 75 on Terrence Harrison, a 73 on Benson, 74 on Goldman, but then sub-70s on everybody else. And Geo Nash is 66. Okay. So not the greatest draft in the world, but I don't know if this draft class was that good in general. Only two 79s. And then some 77. So it wasn't that great of a class in the first place. Southward was only a 77. All right. Not that great of a draft class. But I feel like we came away with some good players. Remember, at this point, I mean, it's not like we're drafting for, like, absolute needs. We don't need any starters or anything, any of these guys to become starters. They will eventually, like Harrison, the tight end, will become a starter eventually once Pat Fryermuth either retires or just regresses to the point where he's not good enough. But Harrison will be the second overall tight end there. See, he's already an 83 overall now, so Harrison's going to be up there pretty soon. Benson now backs up Chamberlain. I like the depth in the offensive line. How tall is Clayton Mahan? He's 6'4", so we've got 6'4" Clayton Mahan, and now Geo Nash is a 6'5" guy. But it's highly unlikely we see him at all because we've got a lot of depth at receiver. And then on the defense, it's going to be Washington's job, man. That's some big shoes to fill. He's got to fill the shoes of Micah Parsons. Luckily, we've got these two guys who are studs to help him out a little bit. So it's not like he's the only player that the offensive line has to worry about. All right, I hope that our corners do pretty well, but that is going to be the season. That is going to be the offseason episode. It was somewhat uneventful. I mean, the biggest moment of the episode was losing Micah Parsons to the rival LA Rams. At least he didn't go to the Niners. I would have oh my God, if he would have went to the Niners, that would have been crazy. We would have been fighting. We would have been absolutely fighting if he would have went to the Niners. But it's going to be interesting next season. Season number 10 is underway next episode. We will jump in and play the games against the LA Rams now because we have an incentive to. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, leave it a like, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching. I truly appreciate it. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.